Have you ever noticed your dog casually leaning against you while you're sitting on the couch, working at your desk, or even just standing in the kitchen? It might seem like a simple gestural need for comfort, warmth, or attention, but there's far more going on beneath the surface. When a dog leans on you, it's rarely random. This small, seemingly mundane act is packed with emotion, trust, communication, and instinct. Understanding why dogs do this reveals a remarkable depth of social intelligence, emotional connection, and behavioral insight that dogs possess. Dogs are deeply social and emotionally attuned animals. Over thousands of years of domestication, they have evolved to read human cues, respond to emotional states, and form bonds based on trust and security. Leaning is one of the many ways dogs communicate non-verbally. Unlike barking or pawing, leaning is subtle but powerful, conveying feelings of safety, reassurance, attachment, or even a request for closeness. Each lean is a window into your dog's emotional world, telling a story about connection, instinct, and social awareness. One of the most fundamental reasons dogs lean on humans is trust and security. Leaning allows dogs to feel anchored, both physically and emotionally. When a dog presses its body against you, it's saying, in essence, "I feel safe here." This is particularly noticeable in dogs that may be anxious, shy, or navigating unfamiliar environments. Just as a child clings to a parent for comfort, dogs seek out physical contact with someone they trust. This gesture provides reassurance and a sense of emotional stability, reducing stress and reinforcing the bond between dog and human. Physical contact has a calming effect on dogs, thanks to the release of oxytocin, often called the love hormone. Oxytocin is released during positive social interactions, and it plays a key role in bonding between humans and dogs. When your dog leans on you, both of you experience an emotional feedback loop. Your dog feels safe and comforted, and you feel a sense of affection and attachment. This mutual exchange strengthens the human-canine relationship and explains why dogs often choose to lean on people they are most bonded with. Lean behavior is also tied to affection and social bonding. Dogs are pack animals by nature, and physical closeness is an essential part of social interaction in the wild. Leaning is a behavior inherited from ancestral social dynamics, where animals would huddle together for warmth, protection, and reassurance. By leaning on you, your dog is not just seeking comfort, it's actively engaging in a social ritual that reinforces your bond, communicates trust, and strengthens their sense of inclusion in your pack. Interestingly, dogs also lean to communicate a need or desire. Leaning can be a subtle way of asking for attention, a treat, or a walk without vocalizing a demand. Unlike barking or pawing, leaning is gentle, persistent, and socially aware. Dogs understand that physical proximity often prompts human response, and they use this knowledge to interact effectively. If you notice your dog leaning when you're busy, it's often their way of saying, "I'd like a moment of connection with you," demonstrating both intelligence and social awareness. Comfort and warmth play a role as well. Dogs naturally seek physical contact for thermoregulation and reassurance. Leaning against you provides warmth, a stable surface, and a sense of grounding, particularly in cooler environments or when the dog is tired. Puppies and senior dogs lean more frequently, reflecting both physical comfort and emotional need. Even healthy adult dogs use leaning as a way to regulate their physical state, while simultaneously connecting emotionally with their human companion. Dogs also lean when they feel uncertain or insecure. In situations that are loud, chaotic, or unfamiliar, such as a new home, a veterinary visit, or a social gathering/leaning, provides a sense of emotional anchor. Your presence signals safety, allowing the dog to navigate uncertainty with confidence. Leaning acts as a form of emotional communication, showing vulnerability while simultaneously seeking reassurance. Recognizing this helps humans respond appropriately, reinforcing trust and security. Past experiences and attachment history shape leaning behavior as well. Dogs that have experienced neglect, inconsistency, or trauma may develop a stronger tendency to lean as a coping mechanism. They learn to seek out trusted humans for comfort and stability, often demonstrating more intense attachment behaviors. Conversely, dogs raised in consistently secure and positive environments may lean in moments of relaxation or playful interaction, rather than from anxiety. Understanding the context and history behind leaning helps decode the emotional message your dog is conveying. Personality and breed also influence how often and why dogs lean. Affectionate breeds, such as Labrador Retrievers, Golden Retrievers, and Cavalier King Charles Spaniels, often lean as part of their naturally social and tactile nature. More independent or reserved breeds may lean less frequently, choosing physical proximity only when particularly motivated by trust, comfort, or desire. Individual personality matters, and each dog's leaning habits reflect a combination of instinct, learned behavior, and emotional preference. Lean behavior is not limited to humans. Dogs also lean on other dogs in social contexts. This behavior mirrors pack dynamics, where physical contact signals trust, alliance, and submission. Leaning is therefore a multi-layered communication toolkit, conveys trust, requests reassurance, expresses affection, and helps regulate social and emotional balance. When directed toward humans, this instinctual behavior adapts beautifully to the domestic environment, creating a profound human-animal connection. Dogs are highly perceptive of human moods, and leaning often occurs when they sense emotional changes. If you are sad, anxious, or stressed, a dog may lean on you to offer comfort, or simply to remain close and attentive. This empathic behavior highlights their sensitivity and ability to respond to emotional cues without explicit communication. Leaning becomes a nonverbal exchange of reassurance. Your dog offers presence and calm, and in return, they receive security and emotional feedback. Interestingly, lean behavior is also tied to dominance and submission dynamics, though often misunderstood. Leaning does not necessarily indicate dominance. In most domestic settings, it signals comfort, attachment, or gentle assertion of presence. Dogs understand hierarchy within the home, and leaning allows them to navigate social positioning while maintaining closeness. In a pack setting, subtle contact like leaning conveys reassurance, social bonding, and trust rather than challenge or assertion. Dogs also display selective leaning. They tend to lean on people they are closest to, most comfortable with, or perceive as emotionally stable. A dog may lean more frequently on a calm, nurturing individual and less on someone who is unpredictable, loud, or tense. This selectivity reflects both the dog's social intelligence and their ability to interpret subtle cues about human personality, behavior, and emotional stability. Leaning is not random, it is a deliberate, informed choice by the dog. In multi-dog households, leaning can also function as social comparison and reassurance. A dog may lean on a preferred human while observing interactions with other pets, assessing their environment, and maintaining a sense of stability. This demonstrates the dog's ability to integrate social dynamics and use physical proximity strategically. Leaning becomes a tool for both emotional regulation and social navigation, reflecting intelligence and adaptability. Age and life stage also affect leaning frequency and meaning. Puppies often lean as a combination of seeking warmth, comfort, and emotional connection, while adult dogs lean more intentionally for reassurance, attention, or communication. Senior dogs may lean more frequently due to physical discomfort, reduced mobility, or increased desire for emotional security. Observing when and how a dog leans can provide insight into their current emotional and physical state. Lean behavior is often context-dependent. Dogs may lean more when humans are sitting calmly, working quietly, or watching television, and less when humans are busy or moving around. This demonstrates the dog's understanding of human routines, moods, and attention levels. Leaning is not just about the dog's needs, it's an intricate dance of timing, observation, and social intelligence, ensuring that the gesture is meaningful and appropriately received. Dogs also use leaning as a bonding ritual. Repeated physical contact strengthens emotional attachment, reinforces trust, and deepens the sense of social cohesion. Over time, leaning becomes a habitual expression of connection, almost like a silent conversation between dog and human. It conveys, without words, messages of loyalty, comfort, and shared presence, highlighting the dog's sophisticated social cognition. In situations where a dog leans while humans are distressed, it reflects empathic awareness. Studies have shown that dogs respond to human emotions, often showing increased contact, leaning, or nuzzling when someone is upset. This empathic response is more pronounced in dogs that have strong attachment bonds, reinforcing the emotional depth of the human-animal relationship. Leaning is a practical, non-verbal expression of empathy and shared emotional experience. Lean behavior can also indicate a dog's confidence and comfort in a social environment. A dog that leans frequently on humans feels secure, socially integrated, and emotionally attuned. Conversely, a dog that avoids leaning may be cautious, anxious, or less comfortable with physical closeness. Understanding these signals allows humans to better interpret the emotional state and social needs of their dogs, improving interaction quality and mutual understanding. Even subtle variations in leaning carry meaning. A gentle, light lean may signal affection or companionship, while a firmer, more insistent lean may indicate a desire for attention, reassurance, or interaction. The dog's posture, eye contact, tail position, and body tension all combine to convey nuanced messages. Observing these subtleties allows humans to respond appropriately, reinforcing positive social and emotional outcomes. Dogs also lean to monitor and protect. In some cases, leaning allows dogs to remain close while surveying their environment, watching for perceived threats or changes. This behavior combines attachment with instinctual vigilance. Leaning on a trusted human provides both physical proximity and a sense of emotional security, enabling the dog to feel safe while staying alert. It's a remarkable blend of instinct, social cognition, and emotional intelligence. Lean behavior often strengthens communication patterns. Through repeated interaction, dogs learn that leaning elicits a response, be it petting, verbal reassurance, or engagement in play. Humans, in turn, learn to interpret these gestures as cues for attention, comfort, or bonding. Leaning is therefore a dynamic interaction, a continuous exchange of signals that strengthens mutual understanding and emotional connection. The gesture also enhances co-regulation. Just as humans can calm each other through touch and presence, dogs use leaning to synchronize emotional states with humans. This co-regulation fosters a sense of security, emotional stability, and mutual empathy. Leaning is both a request for and a provider of comfort, highlighting the profound social and emotional intelligence of dogs. In essence, when a dog leans on you, it is never a random act. It is a carefully considered gesture that communicates trust, attachment, emotional awareness, and social intelligence. Every lean tells a story of connection, instinct, learned behavior, and empathy. Understanding this behavior allows humans to deepen bonds, respond appropriately, and appreciate the emotional sophistication of their canine companions. So the next time your dog leans on you, whether gently or firmly, for a moment or for an extended cuddle, remember that they are communicating something meaningful. They are seeking comfort, offering trust, expressing affection, or simply reaffirming your bond. Leaning is a window into their emotional world, a silent conversation, and a powerful reminder of the intelligence and emotional depth of dogs. If this gave you insight into why dogs lean on humans, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more fascinating canine behavior insights. Share in the comments, how does your dog lean on you, and what do you think they're trying to communicate? Every lean is a story of trust, love, and the incredible emotional intelligence of dogs.